We welcome our viewers around the world to our educational channel. We explore from Pontiac to Philadelphia, the story of Legionnaires' disease. Please note this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. By the end of this video, you'll understand what Legionnaires' disease and Pontiac fever are. Meet the CDC scientists who solved the mystery and learn how Legionella spreads. We'll also cover who is most at risk, the key symptoms to watch for, and why early treatment and safe water systems are vital for prevention. Here are useful resources about Legionnaires' disease from trusted health agencies, including the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the UK government, and the World Health Organization. We encourage you to explore these links for more detailed information. Our story begins in 1968 Pontiac, Michigan, depicted with the red arrow in the map on your screen. Pontiac is located 30 miles northwest of Detroit, Michigan. Over 144 people, including 95 of the 100 staff members at the Oakland County Health Department building, developed a mild flu-like illness. Some visitors to the building developed similar symptoms. All those affected recovered. At the time of the outbreak, the exact cause was unknown. Public health officials investigated possible exposures in the building. They found that nearly all cases had been inside the health department building, pointing to a common environmental source. Attention turned to the air conditioning system, which was water-based. In 1976, during an American Legion convention at the Bellevue Stratford Hotel, 182 attendees became ill with pneumonia and 29 of them died. This unusual, severe and sudden epidemic in veterans attracted national attention. The illness was named Legionnaires' disease because of the American Legion participants at the convention. In 1977, scientists working at the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention identified the cause of the outbreak. Samples taken from the lung tissue of patients who developed pneumonia revealed a new bacterium, later named Legionella pneumophila, meaning lung-loving. Scientists at the CDC retested samples from the 1968 Pontiac outbreak. The tests confirmed that the same bacterium, Legionella pneumophila, had caused the illness. As a result, the 1968 outbreak was reclassified as Pontiac fever, a milder form of Legionella infection that does not cause pneumonia. On your screen is a picture of Dr. Joseph McDade, at the time a microbiologist at the CDC, who identified Legionella pneumophila in 1977. We honor his diligence, persistence, and groundbreaking work. His achievement solved the mystery of the Legionnaires' disease outbreak in Philadelphia and revealed the cause of Pontiac fever. His contribution remains a cornerstone in infectious disease research, saving countless lives through improved diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Also on your screen is Dr. David W. Fraser, working at the CDC at the time. We recognize him for his role in the 1976 Legionnaires' outbreak investigation. As part of the Epidemic Intelligence Service, he led the field epidemiology efforts, tracking cases, mapping exposures, and identifying the environmental source of infection. His work in outbreak tracing complemented Dr. McDade's microbiological discovery, together establishing the foundation of our modern understanding of Legionnaires' disease. Legionnaires' disease has been on the rise in the United States since 2000. Cases were rare at the start of the century, but steadily climbed, reaching a peak around 2018. The disease is a public health concern. In 2023, the National Enhanced Legionnaires' Disease Surveillance Scheme recorded 604 confirmed cases of Legionellosis in England and Wales. Of these confirmed cases, 19 deaths were reported, giving an overall case fatality rate of 3.1%. Legionnaire's disease usually develops within 2 to 14 days after exposure. Symptoms may include cough, fever, headache, muscle aches, and shortness of breath. In some cases, confusion, diarrhea, or nausea can also occur. Legionella bacteria can grow in man-made water systems, especially when the water is warm and not well maintained. People can be exposed through places like showerheads, hot tubs, fountains, large plumbing systems, cooling towers, and even in vehicle windshield wiper fluid tanks if they are filled with plain water instead of proper cleaning fluid. Appliances that do not use water to cool the air are not a source of Legionella. This includes car air conditioners and small window AC units. Legionella usually spreads when people breathe in tiny water droplets containing the bacteria. Less often, it can happen if drinking water accidentally goes into the lungs, especially in people who have trouble swallowing. According to the CDC, Legionnaire's disease is not spread person to person. However, standard infection control precautions, good hand hygiene, gloves if contact with body fluids is expected, are recommended when providing care for someone who is ill with the disease. A case of probable human-to-human transmission was part of a cluster outbreak that occurred in Portugal in 2014. The link to the publication is provided on your screen. Consult with your healthcare provider for additional information. People most at risk for Legionnaire's disease are adults over 50, current or former smokers, and those with chronic health problems like lung disease, cancer, diabetes, or kidney and liver failure. The risk is also higher in people with weakened immune systems from illness, chemotherapy, or transplant medicines. Legionnaire's disease can occur year-round, but seasonal peaks are common. In the US, most cases appear in late spring through early fall. In England and Wales, cases rise in summer, peaking July to September. Warm weather, air conditioning use, and complex water systems favour bacterial growth. Globally, temperate regions see summer peaks, while tropical areas report cases year-round. Worldwide, outbreaks are often linked to poorly maintained water systems. A diagnosis of Legionnaire's disease is made with a chest X-ray to confirm pneumonia. The gold standard is culture obtained from sputum or washings from the lungs by a specialist pulmonary doctor. A positive culture confirms the diagnosis and proves that Legionella is present. Culture is technically demanding, requires special media, buffered charcoal yeast extract, and can take 3 to 5 days or longer for results. Other tests are strain typing, which permits the exact strain, sequence type or sequence-based typing, to be identified. This is vital for outbreak investigations, linking patient cases to environmental sources such as cooling tower water. A rapid test to detect urinary antigen is also used. It is important that treatment be started as early as possible due to the serious nature of this disease. The details of treatment are beyond this video, so viewers should consult their healthcare provider. Because the disease is serious, early diagnosis and treatment are critical. Early treatment saves lives. At present, there is no vaccine for Legionnaire's disease. The best way to prevent Legionnaire's disease is by keeping human-made water systems clean and well-maintained so the bacteria cannot grow. Because of this, many places have rules and safety laws that require proper care and monitoring of water systems like plumbing, cooling towers, and hot tubs. The learning objectives have been met. We hope you enjoyed this video presentation. If you found this presentation informative and educational, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing and sharing with family members, friends, and colleagues. Your support helps us create more informative and educational content. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful. This has been a presentation of Apomilero Media LLC.